had pots and things, what would be the best ones to grow?
Again, it's really what you like, and depending on what you want it to do. I mean, people come to me and they ask, I want to plant ivy in a container to grow up a wall. Well, you can't really, because it needs a root run and they will run out of steam in a pot. We tap ours out and repot them with fresh compost. Well, when it's attached to a wall, you can't do that.
No.
And that's what you need to do to keep it growing, is to keep rejuvenating the soil. So growing ivy in a container up a wall isn't really feasible. And if it runs out of steam, it'll die, or it'll just get to a certain height and stop. And it'll look horrible because it doesn't produce the leaves. And then you get all woody stems and it looks horrible.
Yeah. So presumably trailers are better for the containers.
Yes,
yeah.
Lovely trailers. And you can just swap them about. The trouble with British gardeners is they won't throw them away. Oh, I've got to keep that ivy for 100 years. But you're better off growing it in a container, trailing for, you might get 3 years out of it. But then think, I'm going to get some new ones because they look lovely when they're young. So just take some cuttings and start again. Throw the old one away once you've got your plants growing and just rejuvenate it.
Yeah. Are there any new ones coming out that you're quite excited about?
I haven't seen any. It's really weird. I used to get all my new varieties from the supermarkets and the garden centres because they would come in from Holland and Belgium. I haven't picked up a new ivy for probably 8 or 10 years. And I collect quite a few from my own, my 400 varieties. They sport and produce new growth, which you can take as a cutting and grow it on, see how it looks. We haven't had anything for years. I don't know what it is with ivy. It has stopped sporting.
How strange.
And I haven't seen a new one for years. I really don't know why. Whether or not it's environmental or what, I don't know what it is.
Wow.
But I've got
That's
a lot that I've produced, from my own.
Yeah.
I haven't had one for ages. And I'm thinking, I'd quite like one to name after my granddaughter. Well, I haven't had one, so she can't have one.
Oh, no. So can you grow them from seed as well?
You can, but they do generally go back to helix.
Right.
Go back to species from seed.
Yeah.
Because they're a sport, you see. So it's like a vegetative cutting. They don't cross very often.
No. Okay.
I mean, you do get hybrids in the wild, but you look at it and you think, well, it looks pretty boring.
Yeah.
And most of them are, so.
Wow. And what's your favourite one?
I think Anita and Spetchley, the little well-behaved ones, because I know the work that they create. It is hard work with them.
Oh, brilliant.
I've got all the ivies. I'm looking at them at the moment. My brother came to me. He said, when are you doing the ivy cuttings? And I said, well, I've got to do all the ferns first, so it's going to be not till end of November. He says, I shall have to keep watering them and looking after them then till then. Because I won't let him cut them back until I've had the cuttings off them. Because he's done that before and I've got nothing to take cuttings from. So I take them off our big plants and the collection.
Are they easy to grow from cuttings?
Oh, dead easy. Yeah. So you get a nice long trail. You can just snip up the stem, just a couple of joints. The traditional way, they come in from Holland, you get a plant with about 5 cuttings in and they just grow them under mist units and you get a nice little cluster of cuttings. So you could start off quite easily with a new variety and I'd just divide them up and grow them on.
Yeah.
So you just do the same. A little pot of compost, shove a few cuttings in and put them in a polythene bag, a nice steamy atmosphere for 3 weeks and they're rooted.
Wow.
Dead easy.
Yeah. Brilliant. So ivies for all your friends.
Yeah. Whether or not they want them. But it's a good thing for if you've got a garden sale or something, you take a few ivy cuttings and things like that. Yeah. It's nice and easy.
Brilliant. And it rejuvenates if you take an older one, you just make new ones off it. And
just start again, because they do look scruffy after a few years. So it's easy to start again.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
It's just keeping them looking nice when you've got them that's more hard work.
Well, I don't think hard work is something that Angela is afraid of after we had our chat about her nursery and how she runs it. It is a brilliant nursery. You can shop online, and I would urge you to go on there and have a look at the collection of ivies. But not only that, they do some other fantastic ranges as well. The website is www.fibrex.co.uk. That's Fibrex. It is worth a look, but be prepared to possibly put more in your shopping basket than you bargained for. So thank you to Angela, and thank you for listening, and I will catch you next Tuesday. You can download or listen to the podcast direct from the website www.rootsandall.co.uk, where you'll also find my blog and a sign-up form for the newsletter, which gives you a weekly roundup of content, plus the inside scoop on things like upcoming guests. Or you can subscribe wherever you normally get your podcasts. Email me with comments and feedback at podcast@rootsandall.co.uk. Follow me on Twitter, Roots and All, Facebook, Roots and All UK, and Instagram, Roots and All Pod. But please also check out my Patreon, where you can make a one-off donation or take out a monthly subscription to help support my work, because if you like what I do, please help me to continue doing it. Even if you make a one-off donation of £1, trust me, it all helps, and I will be immensely grateful. So please go to Patreon and search for Roots and All.